Thank you for being willing to be a facilitator for our brainstorming sessions at the meeting. Your role is critical to the success of the evening. It may not seem like it. However, how well you facilitate conversations at your table makes all the difference in the world to the kind of feedback we can provide for our nonprofit ministries at the end of the evening. So my intent in this video is to reference some key tips and some skills so that you do it beautifully. First of all, when you arrive, you'll go to the registration desk and one of the meeting planners will hand you a laptop, and on the laptop will be all the questions you're going to cover with your table later on. And have no fear if you open it up and it doesn't pop on immediately with the questions. The password is right on the computer. It's taped there, so no worries there. The second thing you're going to do is turn around and look at the tables to find the name tent on the table that you'll be responsible for. So you'll just head over to that table. Just know that when you sit down, for the first part of the evening, the 8 to 10 folks that join you won't be part of your brainstorming team necessarily, but they will be the people you can welcome to the event itself. That is an opportunity to get to know more people that are there. Then, after you've done that and we've listened to the presentations, this is key. As you know, if you've been at any of the meetings, everyone will break up and scatter to different tables, picking the table of the nonprofit they'd like to talk about. That's when you get to warmly greet, and I mean like eyeball to eyeball at each person at your table, warmly greet them and invite them to participate fully, that we want their opinion and we value what they might have to say. So that's the first piece, to just sort of welcome them, tell them who you are. Then look around and ask who would like to be my scriber. So that is the person that's actually going to do the work of typing in everything that gets shared during your half an hour conversation. I've done this for a number of years and I've never not had somebody say, oh, I'm happy to do it. So then enthusiastically pass the laptop to that scriber, thank them for that, and then begin by again greeting everyone and saying anyone's names. What are your names here? And ask a very simple question, a yes or no question, or what is it that brought you to this table and this ministry tonight that interested you? Only 2 to 3 minutes are spent here. That a caution there, because you could spend the whole time talking with everyone. But we really want it to just be an opportunity for each person at your table to talk, to open their mouth a little bit before you even get started. Once you've gone around and heard those things from folks, then you jump into that first question. The questions are on your table, but also they're on the screens up above on either side of the stage. I mean, one of the things I do is sit where I can see the screens up front so that I can actually just read the questions from the screen. The other thing the screen holds is the timer. You only have half an hour, so we want to be cognizant of the time that we have to have these conversations. So then we start with the first question. Ask everyone what resources, what thoughts, what experiences might you have that would benefit the executive director after this meeting. When people start to answer, listen intently. However, be aware of going down rabbit holes. Sometimes people get so enthusiastic they want to tell a lot of other stories. Part of your role is to be a gentle but firm director of the conversation. Sometimes you might need to say, that's really helpful, thank you. Maybe we can get more of your ideas after the session today, but I want to hear from more of you at the table. Who else has a thought? It's a gentle way of moving it along, and yet it's incredibly important. The other thing is the executive director may stop by your table. If you notice the director has been there a little bit longer than maybe is helpful for getting through all of your questions, because people have a lot of questions for them, you can simply say, the executive director needs to visit some other tables. So we say thank you to you, director, and we'll pick up the conversation again here. Again, it's keeping it focused on what we need to do. The other thing is sometimes you'll notice that some folks might be kind of quiet. And at that point, you really bring out your fishing rod. You really start fishing for people and you say, okay, Becky, I haven't heard from you much. I'm thinking you might have something interesting to add. What would be a thought that you would provide for us? And then, again, people always speak up. So your role is to definitely be a fisher person, bringing out all the ideas and examples that you can. You're also watching the time. And as I said, it's up on the screens. You might look at on your watch, but I'm always conscious of wanting to make sure we've covered all the questions. You don't want to get down to 3 minutes left and too many other questions. The last thing that you want to do is to invite everyone at your table to an AMP session the following week. Each week after the session is presented, the meeting planner or the executive director and the meeting group provide the ED with all kinds of information that you've given at your tables. That's your opportunity for 1 hour on a Zoom call to continue the conversation. And so it's really with that you end up being involved, and you get to cheerlead your table on for lots of great wisdom and insight and experiences. That's what makes a difference. Fishing and cheering. And at the end of the 30 minutes, when the sessions are done, you're done for the evening. Keep in mind, facilitating well is really critical to the success of the meetings. So thank you for being willing to be a facilitator.